Like circumcision among men, female genital mutilation is considered an initiation rite among some tribes around the world. However, while circumcision is safe and recommendable for health reasons among men, it is humiliating and dangerous for women, according to Uganda's Minister for Gender and Culture, Peace Mutuzo.
Men, they do circumcise, and circumcision can also be done under good health facilities, and it is positive for men because it adds more value. But for circumcising a woman or for circumcising a girl, it has negative implications on the woman or the girl that has been involved into circumcision. It causes fistula, it denies them of their womanhood, it violates their rights to make choices and decisions. They are forced into this practice because they are being prepared to marry off a bit early, and that's the reason we are talking about female genital mutilation.
Though still practiced by a small portion of the population, the consequences of the practice are superficial to the bearers, thus the need to bring the practice to an end. And in order to achieve this, the United Nations created an annual awareness day as part of the UN's efforts to eradicate the practice. And since its inception in 2003, a number of strides have been achieved, as the minister explains.
The Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development has been implementing a joint UN program on female genital mutilation, fighting on development of a conducive legal and policy framework to strengthen access to services by survivors, increasing awareness among communities on the dangers of female genital mutilation, and gathering evidence in form of data and case studies to facilitate our advocacy interventions. Under this partnership, we have been able to reduce the prevalence from 1.4% in 2011 to 0.3% in 2016 at a national level.
According to Honorable Mutuzo, communities where female genital mutilation is practiced tend to be remote, with poor infrastructure that limits enforcement of laws, sensitization of communities, and disable delivery of aftercare services to the victims.
Most of the female genital practicing areas are vast and hard to reach, with difficult terrain. We need new approaches and renewed zeal because the situation is still bad.
Honorable Mutuzo further explains that while the global goal is to bring an end to the initiation rite, there are considerations to create alternative initiation rites in the place of female genital mutilation, considered safe for the communities in Sebei and Karamoja Sub regions.
As we move towards the end of female genital mutilation, we need to realize that a deep-rooted cultural practice cannot be eliminated without an alternative rite of passage that is community-driven and community-owned.
And the community approach is already established to find alternative initiation rites among the female genital mutilation practicing communities, as the minister confirms.
Sabine Cultural Institution, the Karamojong Elders Association are already drafting socially acceptable alternative rites of passage to compensate for removal of female genital mutilation.
Tomorrow, Uganda will belatedly join the rest of the world to mark the International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation, and coincidentally, the national event will be held in Kapchorwa, one of the districts where the practice has a huge presence, and according to the minister, it's a celebration of the milestones in fighting the vice. Robert Ndiamhachi for BTM News Today.